Welcome to The Women of the Bible, a character study. In this series, we will take a careful and honest look at the women found throughout Scripture, not through modern assumptions, cultural traditions, or emotional reactions, but through the text itself. Our goal is simple: to understand who these women were, what they were called to do, and whether what Scripture shows us matches what women are often taught today. This is not a series about rebellion. It is not a series about modern ideology. It is a series about truth, context, and consistency in the Word of Jehovah. Today, we begin with one of the most commonly taught ideas in modern assemblies: that women cannot teach, that women cannot teach men, that women must remain silent in the assembly of believers. But is that actually what Scripture teaches? Many women grow up hearing verses quoted without explanation. Women must be silent. I do not permit a woman to teach. A woman should learn quietly. These verses are often presented as blanket commands, applying to all women in all places at all times. But Scripture must interpret Scripture. If a teaching creates contradictions within the Word, then either we have misunderstood the text or we have removed it from its context. Jehovah does not contradict himself, and neither did Paul. So today, we are going to slow down. We are going to examine what was being addressed, who it was addressed to, and how it fits with the rest of Scripture. One of the most quoted passages is found in 1 Corinthians chapter 14. This chapter is not about women. It is about order in the assembly. Paul is addressing interruptions, people speaking out of turn, multiple speakers at once, confusion during gatherings. Earlier in this same letter, Paul already acknowledges women praying and prophesying. That matters. Prophecy is not silent. It is vocal. It is instructive. It is directed to the assembly. So whatever Paul means in chapter 14 cannot be a universal command forbidding women from speaking, because he has already acknowledged that women do speak in approved ways. The instruction to remain silent is directed at disruptive behavior, not gender. Paul gives similar instructions to tongue speakers, prophets, and others. All are told to be silent at times for the sake of order. Another passage often quoted is 1 Timothy chapter 2. I do not permit a woman to teach or to exercise authority over a man. This letter was written to Timothy in Ephesus. Ephesus was a center of pagan worship, priestess cults, untrained religious authority. Women who had not been instructed in Torah or proper doctrine were asserting authority and spreading error. Paul's solution was not permanent silence. His solution was learning. A woman must learn quietly. That statement alone would have been radical in its time. Paul commands that women learn, something many cultures did not permit. The issue is unauthorized authority and false teaching, not gender. Now, we must ask an important question. If women are universally forbidden from teaching or leading, why does Scripture give us clear examples of women who did exactly that? Deborah was not only a prophetess. She was a judge over Israel. She instructed leaders. She settled disputes. She delivered the word of Jehovah to Barak. If women were forbidden from teaching men, Devorah's role would be impossible. Yet she was raised up by Jehovah himself. Huldah was consulted by the highest leadership in Israel regarding the law. Priscilla helped instruct Apollos, who already knew the Scriptures but needed correction. Philip's daughters prophesied. Paul himself commends women as fellow laborers, servants, leaders within the body. These roles require instruction, discernment, and authority. Paul did not contradict himself. We contradict him when we remove context. Scripture does not teach that women are lesser. It does not teach that women are forbidden from understanding or explaining the word. It teaches order, discipline, and responsibility. In this series, we will continue examining the women of Scripture, their callings, their faithfulness, and how tradition has sometimes misrepresented them. Our standard will not be